Hello, you lot. Look at this beautiful park. I'm waiting for the gate to open. The old park ranger hasn't opened up the gate yet. I want to come over here. This is a perfect, right over here where there's this tree. This is perfect for hanging an antenna. I've got a Slim G that I want to come and hang somewhere, and this tree is perfect because the branches are just right. I should be able to get on there, hang my Slim G down. And this is actually on a bit of a hill, believe it or not. Car's parked over there, so I could get all my stuff out and walk across and sit in a chair or something over there, but I want to sit in my car. I want to sit in the boot. I've got a mobile radio station. Anyway, I think it's 8 o'clock when they open it. I thought it was 7, but I think it's 8, so I've got another sort of 15 minutes, and hopefully he'll come and open up the gate so I can go and park over there and enjoy the view and maybe speak to somebody on a radio. Who knows? Thought I'd have a little walk around while I wait for the gate to be opened. Come down here, look. This is an antenna, whatever you want to call it, radio mast for mobile phones and whatever else. Quite a nice area for it, really, when you think about it. Right on a hill. Potentially cause a bit of issues, but we should be alright with that. What a lovely walk. More of you lot should go out and just walk around in the woods, in the forests more often. All you lot that are confined to cities and towns and you don't ever go and see any type of wildlife. What's the matter with you? It's the best place on earth. The ferns, the smell of all the ferns growing and all the other stuff. Back over here again. I've just walked all the way around the woods. Well, not all the way around, there's loads of it to walk around. I've walked along some of the woods. Now I've ended up back on the other side of this park that I'm going to be at. This little bit round the back here with these trees looks like a little obstacle course. This would be absolutely perfect for some sort of RC track. Might have to come here more often, and you could make a track going around there. Oh, that would be great. That would be fantastic. I might have to obviously I've been to this park before. I know these trees are here, but I've never really looked at them or thought about that in much detail. But I like it. I like that a lot. I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll come and do that. And it's right at the back as well. I mean, no one's going to really mind as long as the park's not full up and busy. Happy days. Well, I've been walking around now for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I reckon about 10 minutes and he should be over here to open up that gate and I can get my car in and we can get looking at some radio. Interesting. Do you know what? I know I say this a lot, right? I say this quite often, but it's such a shame. It's such a shame the way this country is going, isn't it? So many buildings, so many houses, far too many houses, far too many everything. All this sort of country stuff, just parks like this, trees, nature. What England is really about is now becoming concrete houses. It's not good. It's unbelievable, really. When you think about it, it's crazy. Everybody coming from all different countries. I want to build a house. And now we've ended up with Far too many houses. I think it's mad. I think people need to come to some sort of stark reality and realise this is a country that needs to be preserved, not, but I mean built on. Because these people don't care. They build a house, they live in it, they have some fun, whatever it is they want to do, make some money, die. Not their problem then, is it? Once they're dead. It's the next generation's problem. But because the next generation has got that attitude from that generation, it carries on. And before you know it, ruined. Woo! And then you fall over and die. I don't like that to be like a negative thing, because I'm not a negative person, but I'm afraid it's just the way that I see it and the way a lot of people do see it. I can't understand it. I think it's mad. I want you to put in the comments, what you think on that situation. On that situation. Because I can't understand how they say we need to build more houses. There's not enough houses. No, I can't. Where do they get that from? All they want to do is fill it up with houses. They can't build no more. That's the trouble with humans. Humanity, although we're a relatively clever species of creature, we do destroy ourselves. You see many animals out there, they don't really destroy themselves, do they? They're regenerative, I don't know what the bloody word is really, but they don't. Whereas humans, we have an invention, it's good. Like, for example, building houses. Thousands of years ago, when humans were first invented, we built little huts, didn't we? Or whatever, lived in caves or whatever, some kind of home. And that slowly evolved over thousands of years. Now it's become the structures that we know today, more or less. However, it's great. Build a house, great. And ships and planes, great. People can now come from other countries into different countries. But now we've done it too much. And we're now got an issue where there's too much of a good thing. Because there is such thing as too much of a good thing. And then it becomes a bad thing. Too many buildings, too many houses, ruining the place that they're in. I think it's mad. Think of it like a hotel, yeah? That's the way my brain works. I think of it like a hotel. When a hotel, you say you've got this nice hotel, nice big spacious rooms. Downstairs is a nice spacious dining hall or dining room. You've got a gym downstairs, you've got a swimming pool, you've perhaps even got a cinema room. It's quite a nice hotel. People enjoy going there. When it's full up and somebody rings up and says, I want to make a booking, they go, no, sorry, we're full. Okay. But then all of a sudden they decide, well, hold on a minute. We can make more money if we have more bookings. More people come to stay, we can make more money. Okay, we'll chop every room in half to double our capacity. What happens then is the experience, the way it is, gets worse because now the rooms are smaller. Okay, smaller rooms, more cramped, more people in there. Also, the dining hall is more cramped, the pool is more cramped, the gym's more cramped. So the experience of being there is not as much fun. You don't really want to be there. Then they go, oh, we can make more money by having more people in here. Okay, get rid of the swimming pool, get rid of the gym, make them into rooms. And we'll make them into small rooms so we can also have more people. So now, more people. But they've obviously kept the dining hall the same. More people, more cramped, less fun. You don't like being there. It becomes a place where you're there because you have to be. Perhaps you're traveling and now you have to be there. Instead of going there for fun and you enjoy it, you love being there, it's just great. Now this is horrible, it's cramped, there's too many people. I don't want to be here. And you go down to eat, it's packed. People everywhere, farting, burping. When people get packed together, they become rude. this is the way it is. When you look at people, say, for example, you go somewhere that's quite spaced out, there's not many people there, everyone will be quite nice to each other, rudeness is at a minimum. When it's packed, yeah, you don't want to be there. There's loads of people everywhere, speaking different languages and whatever else. You don't want to be there. A lot of people are rude to each other. If you don't believe me, go and think about it the next time you're in a shopping centre, a restaurant, a show, whatever it may be. If it's packed, you'll find the people naturally more rude than they are if it's empty and spaced out and everyone's got their own space. I love studying people and their behaviour, and that's the way it is. Anyway, put in the comments if you like my analogy, and put in the comments as well if you think it's true. I love hearing both sides of the story. Anyway, hopefully the park ranger will be here soon. I can go and stick the radio up. Do you want to see what I've got with me today? I'll show you. So I've got with me my trusty Yaesu 897. And I say trusty, I don't know if it's trusty yet. I haven't used it at the moment. Well, I've used it at home, but this is the first time I've taken it out mobile or portable or whatever you want to blooming well call it. So we'll see. We'll see. I've put the built-in batteries. I've bought those. They're inside it. Trouble is, I can't charge them. I know, because that's just the way it is. But yeah, it's got an ATU on it, but I'm not going to be using that today because when I eventually get over there, I'm going to be doing 2 meters. So don't use an ATU for 2 meters. My antenna is resonant. Of course, that's the way it always goes with ham radio. A lot of the time, when you buy, because that radio is from 2001, that one. So that's, you know, it's, what's 2001? That's 20, oh, come on. 24 years old, because it was 2020, yeah, 24 years old. And when you buy those new, you had the optional extra of having internal batteries. And you didn't just buy the batteries and that was it. You had to buy 2 chargers. The charger comes in 2 separate pieces. You buy the PSU and then you buy the little box with the little wire in it which goes into each battery. I know. But ham radio is one of those things where it's full of quite a lot of snobby people that like to boast about how much things cost. And the companies that make radios, they know that. That's why they do all that kind of stuff and make them. They could just be like, yep, if you want, you can have the radio without the batteries in it. Or the optional extra is you get the internal batteries. And the batteries, you buy the batteries, you obviously get a charger with them, because otherwise how are you going to charge them? No, they don't do that. Because the type of people love to go, yep, I've spent £1,000 on a radio, and then I bought some batteries that cost me 500 quid. And then I bought half the charger. That also cost me £100. But then I had to buy the other half of the charger, which also cost me £85. Yeah. It's just the way, it just is. There's loads of sports that are like that, you know. The world is mad. But rest assured, my friends, if the world wasn't mad, there would be no flavour and everything would be boring, because everything would be just straightforward and just flat boring. So it's important that we have some flavour. Blimey, the wind's really picked up now. It's supposed to be blooming tornadoes, hurricanes, storms, floods and everything this weekend, and I don't think we've had any of it. They had a little bit of rain, but we hadn't had any of that kind of stuff. But the wind's really starting to pick up now. Anyway, I've packed everything up. I had a good old chat with Mr. Frank, hang the antenna up on that tree. I forgot to film it for you lot. I done the actual video on the actual radio and all that kind of stuff, but I forgot to film some for you lot. So, but anyway, I might add some in from the other footage.
See if you can obtain such a lead. I dare say there's going to be somebody out there who's going to have one laying around. But as I've never seen one and never held that particular radio in my paws personally, I wouldn't have a clue what it looked like or anything like that. But if you find out what the voltage and the current is, do any harm whatsoever. From G1HQQ.
Well, that's I hope you have a good time with the christening and everything then, mate. Yeah, let your hair down, so to speak. Now, as far as this charger goes, mate, I don't need the charger itself. I mean, I've had quite a bit of trouble trying to explain to people exactly what I need. But it's all packed up now, and I'm going to go and mind my business and go and carry on with my blooming day. But it's just great, eh? It is just great. Next time that you get the chance, don't sit indoors watching telly, doing stuff which is just lazy. Get out, go out in the great outdoors, and go and even if you live in blooming London or some town or city, there's bound to be some kind of park. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to go and walk around a forest like what we've got here. Yeah, massive great big forests and whatever else. But you might be able to just walk down the park. Get your old legs working. Very important. Sitting down is no good for your legs. It's no good for anything. Sitting down all day watching TV and doing all that kind of rubbish. Get out and about, yeah? It's good for you. It's better for you than anything else. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to go and sit inside a car now. I know. But if I can't walk there, it's a 40-minute drive for me to get to the blooming supermarket. So imagine if I was to walk. It'd take me about 6 days. By the time I get back, all the food will be rotten. Blimey. Now the temperature's starting to rise up now. It's quite chilly earlier on. Now it's starting to get quite warm, which is pretty good. Anyway, I've had a bloody good day so far. I can hear. Have you, Orinoco? Have you had a good day? I have. So far, I've had a cracking day. Had a good old chat on the old, even let's have a look, see if there's anyone on this CB now. 1919, anyone got a copy? 19? Who's around on 19? When I was on top of that hill, and I was chatting on the 897, there's people coming up on this CB, on this handheld CB. They was having a good old chat. I did try and get into them, but they weren't leaving much of a gap. I don't think they could hear me, to be honest. Problem is, people at home base run a lot of power. So I'd be able to hear them, but me on my little 4 watts from a handheld on top of a hill, unlikely that they'll be able to hear me. So that's probably what it was. Anybody on the 19? Anyone got a copy on the 19? Who's around? Might be better if I put the old... I'm not going to get a bloody walk around there. But who's on the 19? Anybody on the 19? Could try some different channels. We've got 18, 17, 16. Normally people on 14 round here, I think. Anybody on the 14? Who's on the 14? Hello? Nah. No one around on there now. Well, there probably is people around, just not within my range of handheldness. But anyway, that was a... Blimey, sorry. Didn't mean to hit your head on the door. Sorry about that. Anyway, had a good old chat on the old 897. I really enjoyed that. So, thanks for watching, you lot. It's been cracking spending time with you. If you want to see things such as engine rebuilds, carburetor rebuilds, I'm halfway through filming a video now on rebuilding a carburetor for my old little quad bike. So if you want to see that, stick around. That'll be coming up. I handed that down to my children, and I've never cleaned the carb out on it. I've never done anything, and it got to a point last summer where it would only ever run on the choke. Yeah, and you know what that means, don't you? That means we've got a blockage somewhere because it ain't getting enough petrol. So I've got a rebuild kit. I've rebuilt it. I've just got to finish it off by going down to the where it is, putting it back on, because I haven't got a van anymore, so I can't. Otherwise, I'd have just brought it home and rebuilt it all, got it running at home, drive it around at home, and then took it back to where it needs to be for them to ride it, but can't because I haven't got a van no more. So I've had to take the carb off, bring it home, and take it back. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, you want to see that? Stick around. That would be a good one. And loads of ham radio stuff probably going to come up this summer, because I'm going to keep the 897 for the summer, have some fun with it. My little 2 meter antenna that I've got,
worked really quite well. I think it's a half wave on that one. That worked really well. And I think I was chatting to Frank, and I think, well, I know he's in Shoebury Ness, which I don't know how many miles away that is from where I was. I'm just gonna hazard a guess, and as the crow flies, I'm gonna hazard a guess at about 20 miles, which is more than within capable range of 2 meters. But anyway, great. I'll see you later on. Take care. Thanks for watching, and just sit back and enjoy life, please. And make sure you get out and about. Don't keep sitting indoors. It ain't no good for you. It ain't no good for you. We all sit indoors in blooming houses and all this rubbish these days. Nobody goes out. No one does anything. People get rid of their grass in their garden, put plastic AstroTurf. You know, all this kind of stuff is no good. We need to be out in nature, because that's what we're here to do. We are nature. Anyway, see you later. Cheerio.